Thirukural English Couplet TV. Now we are in chapter number 87. 87 speaks about the hostile nobility. Hostile is wrong, but hostile nobility, even in hostility, you can have some nobility. In a noble way, you can have hostility, at least. Noble way. Hostility can be seen in a way that can be considered noble. So that is why it's known as Pahay Matshi. Even in Pahay, even in enmity, you have nobility. That is why when we say there is a battles between people, war between two countries, there will be some conditions. There will be some conditions. These conditions are noble conditions. Noble. This is hostile nobility, where each party, each country will abide by what is being said by the mediator. So that will be accepted. That will be heeded to. They will stop war for a certain time. Then they will start. They even go to the extent of killing each other. But that time, peace time, they will stop. That's nobility. Nobility in the hostility. Okay. Now we have come to the 87th one. I have translated the same way as Valluvar has written Thirukural in 4+3 words using Kural Venba, and each line has the same syllabic meter as required in the couplet definition. And I have used a semantical approach and sometimes mediamatical approach to translate, or sometimes mixed approach, whereby I have brought the sense and the heart of Thiruvallur to translation. This is a unique of its kind, first of its kind in the world. You can see all those things in my introductory video, wherein I have given a lot of things in detail. So before watching this, you can watch that. Now, first Quran, all the 10 Qurans are being explained or put in one video because each Quran is interlinked or interconnected with each other. So we put it in a single video, put all those things in single video, right? And moreover, one more thing, we are in the 12th aspect called temperance. What is this? I have put all the 1330 Qurans in 133 chapters into 16 heads or headings which are called aspects. Now we are coming, now we are in the temperance aspect called temperance, wherein family counseling is also included, which starts from chapter number 86, it goes up to chapter number 95. Now we are in 87th chapter, so we are in temperance. Right. Let me start with the first one. Nobility confronts the stranger, not the weaker. Nobility confronts the nobility confronts the stronger, not the weaker. This is how the nobility is defined. Valiyarukku maateital ombuga omba meliyar min mega pagai. Nobility confronts the stronger, not the weaker. Valiyarukku maateital ombuga omba meliyar min pagai. What is this? Nobility confronts the stronger, not the weaker. If somebody is weaker than you, you should not go and fight with that person. If he is stronger, if you are ready to fight with him, that's okay. Nobility. There should be some nobility. You should not fight with one who is weaker than you. If he is weaker, you should not consider him. If he is junior to you, you should not consider fight with him. You should listen. You should let him go, because it is a nobility requirement. It is required in the nobility cause. Nobility cause requires that you should let that person, weaker person go. That's why, mostly women are considered, compared to men in certain things, they are fragile. If you feel that she's a fragile one, should not beat her, right? Weaker. But that is not a true thing. It is not true. Vice versa. Now men are also weak. Women were considered weak sometimes back, but men are considered weak now. Both are there. But for an example, what was considered long ago, I cited for an example. So when you consider some small children doing something, some faulty things, you should not beat them like anything, because they are weaker. They cannot fight back against you. So don't take it as an advantage, and don't fight against them. Nobility should be there. That is the definition for nobility. Nobility confronts the weaker, the stronger. Nobility confronts the stronger only, not the weaker. Second one sends lovable friends around, loses battles. If you don't have friends around you, you will surely lose the battle. You should have friends around you. One sends lovable friends. Once without lovable friends around, loses battles. Third one, fear 1, ignorance 2, weakness 3, uncharity 4, or surrendering qualities. Which are the surrendering qualities? When you surrender, when you are not able to fight, when you are not able to fight back, when you are constrained to surrender yourself, when you fear, when you have ignorance, when you are weak, when you are not charitable. These are the 4 qualities which make you surrender. Don't be afraid, be knowledgeable, have strength, don't be weak, be always charitable. Then you won't be surrendering yourself. Fourth one, having fury, incontinence fails everywhere and always. If you are always furious, if you are always angry, and if you are not having continence, if you don't control your senses, if you are always beyond your control of senses, you are lustful, then you will be failing always everywhere. You will be always failing. Everywhere you will be failing. Fifth one, ill-manneredly avoiding ways, opportunities becomes forced prey. If you are avoiding opportunities, ill-manneredly avoiding ways and opportunities, enemies will think that you can be easily preyed. You can easily be targeted at. They will target you. Easy for them to win over. They will defeat you. Sixth one, blind rage, being lustful, are distinguishing characteristics. Now he is talking about distinguishing characteristics. Blind rage, always being wrathful, blindly rage, and being lustful, always after lust, always after sexual desires. And these are the distinguishing characteristics. These are the characteristics which are to be avoided fully. Seventh one, purchase, enmity for price, replacing friendly cheats. Okay, now he comes to that extent, telling you can go and purchase for price, give some money and purchase who? Enmity, enemies. When you have friends who are cheats, who are cheating you, don't have friends around you who are cheating you. Leave them, replace them. In the place filled with enemies. Even you can buy enemies who can be purchased for price. So he is more concerned about the wrong friends, friendly cheats. Enemies are okay. Compared to that, enemies are better. Next one, eighth one, valueless, vices filled, friendless qualities fortify the foes. Okay, now the foes, the enemies are being fortified or strengthened, or they are fortified. How they are fortified? If you don't have any values, if you are vices filled, if you are doing all sorts of nonsense, if you are committing all sorts of sins, and friendless qualities. You don't have any friends around you. These are the three qualities which make the enemies think that you have lost. They will be strengthened. So be alert about it. Be cautious about that. Ninth one. Fearful, ignorant enemies become a blissful joy. Fearful. If enemies are fearful, they are ignorant, it's a blissful joy for you because you can win over easily. 10th one. Fame flees those who are easily irritated. Psychological advice. He is giving another psychological advice. 10th Quran, last Quran, where he says about fame. Fame will go away from you when you are easily irritated. If you are easily irritated, what will happen is fame will go away from you. Irritation, easily irritated, that type of mood should not be there with you. Character should not be there with you. You should never be irritated easily. You should not be irritated. You should not be irritated very easily. If you are irritated easily, what will happen? You will never become famous. The fame will flee from you. Fame flees those who are easily irritated. Fame flees you when you are easily irritated. Psychological advice. He gives and ends this chapter. Thank you.